You don't need 100,000 subscribers or a viral video to land 5k plus clients from YouTube. You don't even need to go viral. What you need is a micro niche YouTube channel built for search. I run a YouTube agency that's helped coaches and B2B businesses cash collect 5 to 6 figures every single month using this exact strategy without having a big following. And in this video, I'm exactly breaking down the 3 things that actually make a micro niche YouTube channel work. We're starting with the search engine optimization, then we're covering the CTR, the click-through rate, and last but not least, we're covering the session watch time. Get those right and your YouTube channel will almost run on autopilot. And here's exactly how. Let's get to the first point. YouTube search engine optimization, SEO. So what we have to understand is that YouTube is the second biggest search engine on the whole planet. And what that means is we have to optimize our videos for that search engine and for the YouTube algorithm. And the really typical thing for micro niche YouTube channel is that 61% of the traffic of your videos on average are coming from the search bar. So you have to understand the YouTube algorithm behind it and have to understand, hey, how can I influence that search engine optimization and how can I make sure that people can find my videos? Because the best thing behind that strategy is people are already searching for a solution for a specific problem. And we just have to offer our specific solution to their problem. And now we have to understand how people can actually find our videos. So there are a few things that play part into this. And the overall first thing is the market research. So what we have to understand is who are competitors in our specific niche and how can I differentiate myself from them. But not only differentiate myself, but understand what makes me different and how can I attract my ICP on a level that actually makes sense. And the whole goal behind that market research is to find your niche specific keywords. And what are those niche specific keywords? So we have to understand that our ICP is searching for a specific solution, what we are already covered. And there are typically some keywords that they're typing in the search bar that refers to that solution and what we are offering. So that means we have to find out what are those keywords, and those keywords we can use them later in our titles, in our thumbnails, in our description, in our video script. So YouTube will understand who the video is actually for. And once we know our 5 to 10 specific niche keywords, then we can structure our whole channel around it. So we have to make sure that everything else on the channel has those keywords and we have to make sure to use them frequently. And the actual end result we want to achieve here is that people can find our channel and the videos from our channel even in a couple of months. So if we compare that to IG or just short form content, once you're posted it once, then it's just disappearing. And when it comes to YouTube, it's completely different because if you're actually building that foundation and make sure that you have those niche specific keywords in your videos, people will always find your videos, even in a year, even in 2 years, because your ICP always has the problem and you are offering the solution and they're always looking for their problem, even in 2 years. And that's the good thing about YouTube because you can actually build a foundation that works for itself, can generate leads on autopilot, and this is not only qualifying the leads for you because that's a whole nother part of YouTube. A properly SEO'd video keeps generating leads for months or even for years without even spending a dime on ads. And this is exactly the foundation we built for all of our clients before we even touch a single script. And if you want to see how this would look like for your business specifically, then just go to the description down below, book your free audit call, and we will map that out together. But let's keep on going because SEO is only step 1. Let's get to the next point, CTR, the click-through rate. So first of all, we have to understand what is actually meant by the click-through rate. The click-through rate is the percentage of people that get your video shown and actually click on it. That means if YouTube is showing 1,000 people your video and 50 people out of those 1,000 people are clicking on that specific video, you have a 5% click-through rate. And obviously you want to push that click-through rate as high as possible. And how can you make sure to push this click-through rate? There are only 2 things that are influencing that click-through rate. That means, first of all, it's the thumbnails, and second of all, it's the titles. So that means we have to optimize the titles and the thumbnails for the CTR. And how do we actually know that our titles and thumbnails will fit to our ICP and will perform in each specific niche? So I have here an example of Suwei, how he's doing it and how all of you also should do it. So there are some rules when it comes to titles and thumbnails. For example, you shouldn't overload your thumbnail with more than 3 elements. So as we can see here, let me just pull out a marker. So we have his face. Second of all, we have his like claim in the thumbnail, and that's three things you can see. And we see a small icon that also plays part into that. And what we actually have to understand is that the thumbnail is adding on to the title. And what do I mean by that exactly? For example, we see here his claim, how to become so productive that it feels illegal. So what is that amplifying? First of all, he wants to become productive. So he shows his productive system. And that's why he's obviously working on the PC. And obviously the small icon shows that his mode is turned on and he's productive. All the elements that are placed are just a visual add-on for the title. So all the stuff, for example, the 400k a month productivity system adds on that he makes 400k a month and that his productivity system has to be good because he's doing 400k a month. And he's showing you that with all the visuals, and those visuals in the thumbnail are just adding on, as I said, to the title. And now, overall, from the high level perspective, we have also to understand why are those videos performing that well. We see 107k views and an 11.6 outliner. So this video did 11.6 times better than the average of his videos. And why did that happen here? So what we have to understand here is that he took a format that worked in a specific niche, and it was some kind of trend, you could say. That productivity format where people showed their productivity hacks and all that stuff. And so he used that and put his own touch to it. As I said, he's doing 400k a month. So he's put his own touch to it and said, that's my productivity system that makes me 400k a month. And that's how I'm able to make 400k a month, because I'm so productive. And now another thing that you can do here to see how your CTR is reacting on your thumbnail, you can A/B test your thumbnail. And that's pretty simple. You can just do it on YouTube, just test it out, and YouTube will show you in the insights which thumbnail performed better than the other one. And then you can see these type of thumbnails are performing for my specific audience or for my ICP pretty well. And you can continue in that thumbnail format or in that thumbnail style, you could say that. So to sum that up again, the only thing that can actually influence the CTR are the thumbnails and the titles. And the title is not just replicated in the thumbnail. They're actually adding on to each other and playing like a team. Because if you try to do clickbait, you ruined your first touch with that ICP, and those people will never come back. So make sure not only your titles and thumbnails are good, but you're actually also delivering on the promise you did, and people actually getting that value or that solution they're looking for. Let's get to the last point, the session watch time. So first of all, we have to understand what the session watch time actually is. So the session watch time describes how long you can keep someone on YouTube when they clicked on one of your videos. Because YouTube wants to keep the viewers as long as possible on their platform, because then they can monetize on those people. And if you can make sure that people are staying and you have a high session watch time, YouTube will not only push a single of your videos, YouTube will push your whole channel. Because how the system works, and you have to understand, YouTube is a trust mechanism. Once someone clicked on your first video and they see, oh, he has the solution to my problems, you are redirecting them to another specific video. For example, a video where you showing them exactly the whole blueprint, how they can start XYZ in a certain amount of time frame and with the whole solution, you know? Because if you keep redirecting those people from video to video, you can make sure, first of all, that they stay longer and you have a natural YouTube funnel, because you have to build your YouTube channel like an ecosystem. And for example, you have all those videos, like let's say top of funnel, mid of funnel content that educates the people on their problem and on their solution, on the solution you're offering. And you want to keep pushing them to one conversion mechanism. So that means you have one video in place that works them through their whole journey. So you're working them from their current state to their desired state and bagging that by real case studies. So it's just a YouTube VSL, and you're redirecting all the people there, so you have a natural YouTube conversion mechanism. And for example, even Iman Gatsi is using something like that he's redirecting all the people to one specific video that he's using as his VSL to convert those views in actual high-ticket clients. And if you're building that exact system, you will not only attract even more people that are within your ICP, you can also get all the other traffic sources from all your other social medias, for example, IG, for example, TikTok. You can get them all onto YouTube, because YouTube is now your conversion mechanism, because you have a system in place that naturally converts the people. And so if people are now coming from all the different social media channels onto YouTube, you will have now a system that works on autopilot and converts the people, is building trust because they're consuming all of your content. And you have that ecosystem in place that redirects the people. So once even more reach is coming from your other socials on YouTube, your channel will get even more views, you will even reach more people that are within your ICP, and you can convert all of them because you have now a proper conversion mechanism that drives more sales for your high ticket offer. And this is now the point where CTR, so your click-through rate, and your session watch time play together, because now you're having that infrastructure in place. Your videos are optimized for the CTR, so people are actually clicking on your videos. You're delivering on that promise in your videos, and you will redirect those people on another specific videos. And now your session watch time will be pushed and your CTR will push. And now they're playing into each other and as a whole system. And on top of it, the SEO comes in and brings even more people to your channel. And now they're playing into each other like a really natural system that converts people, how no other platform is able to convert people. And that's why you have to think about why all the big players in the game are so heavily focusing on YouTube, because they really understand that system. Because now once they have all of this in place, the CTR optimization, the session watch time optimization, and the search engine optimization, the whole system works for itself. And as I said, it's working on autopilot. So it's bringing in people even in a couple of months, even in a couple of years. And your videos and the channel foundation will do the rest for you, because now you have that set foundation, and it's just a set foundation that will always act as your conversion mechanism. And that's exactly the system behind every single client we run. And here's the thing, you don't have to build any of this by yourself. We're handling everything done for you, the whole process. Strategy, scripting, editing, SEO, thumbnails, posting, the whole process. And your only job is to sit down for about 2 hours a week and record the whole content. That's already it. And the whole channel is running completely on its own after that. And if you want us to build that exact system for your business, you know what to do. Click the link in the description and book your free audit call. See you there.